the reeking marsh-shadow of the Red Tower, you haggled with Glam-Glam over payment, furs, armor, better steel for his hands as broad as shields, when the air curdled and a thing older than hate slithered through the veil. It was no simple haunt, but a spectral abomination, a knot of grey, luminous flesh hung with tendrils, studded in watching eyes and yawning mouths that sang hunger. It fell upon you with the mindless focus of a storm. You broke it like bad weather, steel and spell-carving light through its gloom, until it tore apart into nothing and the marsh exhaled. Glam-Glam yielded the space before the cellar doors, but not his back, and certainly not his muscle. He refused to move the boulder set like a tombstone over the hatch. So you did what mortals do best, contrived. Old planks, a levered fulcrum, and stubborn will pried the stone loose with a teeth-grinding groan. The instant the doors cracked, the tower's sighs and whispers died. As if a long-held breath finally escaped, down you went. The cellar was a charnel hush of nightkin bones, the far walls stitched with a curtain of water where a spring spilled to a broad stone basin. To the right hung a banner bearing a wolf's head, stern, defiant. And in the center of that chamber, a woman's shape coalesced from pale green, an orc shaman, half in this world and half out, who gave her name as Asha Bonebreaker of Clan Takruk. She thanked you, with the dignity of one who has waited centuries, for releasing bound spirits at last. Then came her gifts, the banner of Takruk, to carry a clan's honor forward, the fountain of truth, whose water seals any oath sworn before it into the marrow of the soul, and leave to take what you could find among her fallen kin, so long as you remembered them. You gathered what you would and returned topside, only to find Ursik and her crew waiting, eyes bright with greed. She demanded the treasure. Bramsey, with a straight face and a gambler's nerve, told her the treasure was a spring. She called it a lie, and raised steel. The fight was muddy, quick, and mean. In the end, Ursik's band broke. Two surrendered. One bolted into the swamp the moment eyes turned. The other was marched below and made to swear at the fountain, lips shaking as truth took root. Oath-bound to serve Glam-Glam, he was hauled back up and dismissed on the spot. No use for a servant, rumbled the giant. Practical, that one. You slept in the tower's bones, then climbed to the third floor at first light, key in hand, Ursik's last bequest, to crack a locked chest. A handful of small treasures tumbled out, enough to sweeten wounds. Morning stung the marsh awake, and you turned your boots toward the farm marked on your map. The way out taxed more patience than blood, until Myro's paw found iron teeth and snapped a bear trap's jaw. Pain is a teacher. The lesson was, watch the ground. Even so, the old imperial road ushered you west, the land lifting under your steps until the fields unrolled like a faded tapestry and the farmstead rose where memory meets stubbornness. Hildy met you there, milk-white eyes, back ramrod straight, voice like oaken grain. She could not tell you what the creature looked like. She could tell you everything else, the sounds, the tearing, the wet thud of ruin, the iron stink, the heat of its passing, the way it turned suddenly and fled as she cowered in a chicken coop's dusty dark. She had buried her family and hands by herself, with patience and tears. Her niece, Gunhild, had gone to Mount Oculus to hunt the beast. Hildy begged you to bring her back. There are pleas that cut deeper than any blade. This was one. So you left the silent farm and took the mountains road. 8 bandits poured from the scrub, not quite brave enough for murder, but plenty bold for a toll. 10 gold each for safe passage, and a smug promise they could help with the very creature you sought. Bramsey has never been known for bowing, and he did not start that day. The demand became steel, talk became shouting, and the mountain air filled with motion and intent. And that is where the thread pauses. In the mouth of a new fight, with the giant's bargain behind you, a truth bound well at your back, a blind woman's plea in your ears, and Mount Oculus glowering over it all like a watching god. Make your cuts clean, keep your promises cleaner. The veil remembers both. From the tower's deep glass, every path you choose pulls another secret loose. The beast is close now. So is Gunhild, and so am I.